Somewhere between the edge of being alive and feeling dead.
Right, we're here in Pilot Mountain. There goes my ride. We're at the end of Christina Road. That's the trailhead for Garvin's Canyon. We are heading here, Pilot Mountain entry, connector down to Nechako Ridge. Let's do this. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we hike from Pilot Mountain down through Pidherny Park to the North Nechako Ridge, exploring some trails and whatnot. Hopefully you guys will find this video useful in that I did find a route that through trail system connects Pilot Mountain down to the North Nechako Road Ridge, which is kind of cool because it's something you could snowshoe in the winter, something you could trail run in the summer, or just a regular hike. Some nice views and pretty, I guess, more remote area of the Pidherny Park area. It's sort of the north end, and it just kind of follows on the edge of Garvin's Canyon. Not quite there, but kind of close to it, a few hundred meters away. And let's get right into it. Oh, and I should mention before we do, there is a point you'll see in the track where I get turned around. There was a point where I started bushwhacking because I went off trail. It looked like the quad trail ended, and I started bushwhacking for about 300 to 500 meters, and I found another trail, but it kind of circled back to the beginning of where I had started when I was bushwhacking. And then once I realized that, then I turned around and went back and made it to the ridge. So probably cut off 2 to 3 kilometers from this, and that would be the correct distance. So probably 7 kilometers from one end to the other. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Couple hundred meters in, and this is what the terrain looks like, but a well-worn trail, at least for a distance, because I've already been on this. Making our way up one of the rolling hills, as you can see. Making our way along the Pilot Mountain to North Nechako Ridge connector. And down we go. Alright, so at our first intersection here, there's a big quad trail. We went straight, which went to another sort of trail, which we then turned to the right to head towards North Nechako. But on this quad trail, you can head to the right. And I'll show a little map there where this part of the quad trail goes to. It's kind of a shortcut that you can take. It's a well-worn trail, not much brush to really navigate, and it'll get you to the same area you want to go to. So if you're not into dealing with more willows and stuff, then this is the easier way to take. All right, got a big hill to climb, and I believe there's a big quad trail right at the top of this big hill. And we have choices to make to connect into various trails of Pidherny. All right, we're up on the top of that hill, and here's that trail. Goes both directions, but I know a little bit that way gets us to a good trail. Do I want to bushwhack? We'll just take it through here. We'll connect up eventually. Making our way towards the other connectors. Definitely some camping spots here that people have quadded to or biked to hang out. Just to show, the willows are growing in here a bit, but not too much of a big deal. All right, we're coming up to a junction, and I happen to know this road is that first major logging road we intersected with to come down to here. So you could take that road and meet at this point, but now we continue from this point on. Trying to see a ridge there. All the Pidherny trails are up there. We are off on the very north, sort of west edge, heading towards Nechako Ridge on this quad trail. All right, come to another sort of junction here, and I'm gonna have to take a look. There's trails everywhere. That's where we came from. There's a trail there, there's a trail there, and of course the road continues here. And down there's a big drop and a big meadow to the left. And just to say, I can see another quad trail down the hill right there. That must be the quad trail that follows the edge of Garvin's Canyon. Taking a wild guess. Of course, here's that junction. This is that other quad trail that heads towards the Garvin's Trail. Right, got a major junction here. Definitely connecting into the Pidherny bike trails. You can see Northern Lights is right here. So we were north of Northern Lights. And we're making our way this way, westward. An old broken down vehicle, some kind. It does look to be kind of a side trail here, so we may check this out. Because I would like to check the most northerly trail here. And I think it's down here. Show why you may not want to do this bushwhack that I did. Alright, so I could have taken an easy road, but what fun would that have been? So I'm not sure if there's an old road down here or not, but we're almost near the bottom. And we'll see if there's a trail to follow or what. Alright, so there is an old quad trail here, semi-grown in, but hey, it is good enough for hiking. We'll take it, and this should lead us to the Nechako Ridge and be the northmost trail in the Pidherny area leading there. Looks like an old cut block out here. And I think the markings we saw in the trees, the ribbons, are where they had ribboned off where they were cutting. Oh, look at that. Big open area here. And there's your view. back to the trail. All right, so just to show, there's a junction here. Trail goes that way, closer to Garvin's Canyon, I expect. It looks like there's an old sign on this tree here. You can't really make it out because it's completely faded. To point out, I looked on my mapping and that trail must be a snowmobile trail. It goes right over to Garvin's Canyon. So it looks like an access point in winter time. Gets you right up here onto this trail, and you can go south all the way down to the Nechako Ridge, or north all the way up to the Garvin's Canyon trailhead on this old quad trail. All right, we're joining up to this major road, and this is the road that I was on that I kind of went down a steep decline to connect to, and here is the junction. So you could take that road here, you could do a loop all the way back up to Pilot Mountain to Christina Road. We are headed to the Nechako, North Nechako Ridge. I mentioned this junction, how it goes north up to Christina Road. We are now at about 4.3 kilometers from Christina Road to this junction point, and let's see how many more kilometers it is to the Nechako Ridge. All right, more junction points here. I'm pretty sure we will be staying on the low road. Yeah, the high road is a more worn out side trail, but we're staying here to the right. You can see a little water hole there, Penny getting a little sip. Making our way up this trail. You see a bunch of moose and deer prints. All right, we're at some kind of big junction here. Pretty sure it's kind of a semi-worn trail there. I think there might be something that connects up there. No, I don't see it. But definitely a continuation there is where we're headed. All right, so at this point, I ended up going straight where the road looked like it continued, but to the right there where you see that new carved out trail where I take a look, that's the way you should go, because that trail is sort of a workaround, whereas the main quad trail just kind of ended, and I ended up bushwhacking for about 500 meters or so, and it was pretty nasty. Eventually, I hit the main trail in Pidherny and turned around back to the side trail and went all the way back to the beginning, and then I had to go back again, so you'll see that in the next few clips. So you get to a certain point and you're really just bushwhacking. I mean, it is a game trail, but game doesn't do trail clearing, so you do have deadfall. So we just push through those willows. I mean, maybe that other quad trail that I started going up, well, we know maybe it goes up on top up there somewhere, but if it does, it's a distance because I don't see anything from here. So at least the road is kind of flat here, still overgrown, and I feel we're getting closer to a junction point with Pidherny. Right from this point, Pidherny trails are over there. To the right over here is like an old road, the old road that this was, but it really does look like it's overgrown. We're on a game trail right now, which does not show at all on any map, but we'll follow it because, I mean, animals know pretty good. Right, we made the call to go north, and here we hit the main trail. It was just tons of bushwhacking. So basically, once you hit the end of that gravel quad trail, nothing. Main trail goes there. This little side trail here, we'll check this out. All right, guys, so this side trail was actually that trail that went off to the right before the trail became bushwhacking. This is the other end where it hooks into Pidherny, so this is the way you want to go. But at this point, I'm looping back to where we started, and that was a waste of time. So anyways, if you take that right trail, it loops to here, and you can go right to Nechako Ridge. Yeah, this is a pretty good trail going to the north. I'm glad we picked it. It's perfect for us. And a quad trail here that we are popping down onto. Interesting. So, I wonder if I would have hit this eventually if I kept pushing when I was bushwhacking. Hard to say. All right, so we turned back because I realized I was heading back to the trail head. Did a full circle. When I took that bike trail, it looped us back to the road that we started bushwhacking off. So we're gonna get back to that bike trail, take it up to the main trail, which is extremely close to the North Nechako Ridge. Would have been there an hour ago, but I didn't realize we were turned around. So indeed, at that one fork, this is a nice worn trail. This is the one we took from the main Pidherny quad trail, looping all the way back. This is the way to take to the North Nechako Ridge lookout. All right. For sure. At this point, we're just going to bushwhack and push through the main trail because that other trail kind of loops back and wastes a bit of our time. So we're just going to push through to that ridge trail. Little bit of bushwhacking left. Whew. I think the ridge is straight ahead here. Right there. Okay, I can see quad trail right there. So I know this is the ridge. So we'll pop out this way. All right. Seconds away from North Nechako Ridge view. Don't take shortcuts, folks. Not on this one. Stick to the trails. And there it is. Down we go. That's a wrap. And there she goes. And that's where we came down.